Hello guys, good evening from the Philippines. This is your virtual ATC controller right now here in Manila, RPLL. And currently we are controlling together with the Manila controller, Sir Angelo Mansueto. And time right now here in the Philippines is 8 minutes past the hour of 10 in the evening. Philippine 514. Continue taxi Hotel 4 to standard choice, Terminal 4.
Hotel 4, standard choice, Terminal 4. Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas.
Same to you. Alright, so again, we are live as the ground controller here in Manila, Philippines. So the one that you see on my screen is the exact time here in Manila. So 8 minutes past the hour of 10 in the evening. So as you can see on my Euroscope, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aircraft waiting for departure, and 2 aircraft just arrived, the one on red. And right now, let's refocus our camera to Terminal 2. Terminal 1. A Korean Air 747 is commencing his push for runway 06, and he will be flying to Incheon, Korea. Okay, so Philippine 174 has just filed his flight plan going to Davao. Okay, stand by 370. Okay, there we go. Alright guys, for those who are watching this stream or will be watching or reviewing this stream, current ATC information right now is Charlie and runway 06 and 13 is in use, and together with me is Sir Angelo Mansueto as our Manila controller. So all our clearances will be on the radar type of clearance, so meaning they will be maintaining a specific heading upon departure, specific initial climb, and they will be expecting radar vectors to their first waypoint. Like for example, this is Korean 624. He is a Boeing he is our Airbus A330. I mean, the one you filed is an Airbus A330, but on my X-Plane 11 screen, he is a 747, and he is going to Incheon, Korea, Romeo Kilo Sierra, India, for flight level 3900. So that is a valid flight.
Ground Air 624.
Korean 624, please be advised that your microphone is cutting off. Clear to taxi Golf 9er, right Charlie, Hotel 2, holding point, runway 06.
Confirm that's Golf in holding point, runway 624.
Korean 624, taxi Golf 9er, right on Charlie 6, Hotel 2, holding point, runway 06.
Golf 9 at Charlie 6 to 2.06, Korean 624 heavy.
Is that correct? Right, Korean 624 will be departing runway 06 since meron tayong controller ngayon. So the instruction given to him earlier was to maintain runway heading and will be climbing initially to 7,000 feet. He will be expecting radar vectors to Cabanatuan, that is Charlie Alpha Bravo, and his squawk is 1354 since he is an international flight. 4403, papalitan na natin to eh. Hindi ko alam kung may 4403 pero gawin na natin 4404 to. Yan. Okay, once Korean 624 turns to Charlie, he will be handed over to our Manila controller at 119.3. Korean 624, contact Manila control at 119.3. Have a safe flight to Incheon. Good night.
119.3. 62.
Alright. Okay. Okay, let's just focus our camera here for runway 06, guys. Wala naman tayo makikita masyado kasi gabi. Okay.
Ground Philippine 514 signing off. Thank you sir. Merry Christmas again.
Philippine 514, thanks for flying. Merry Christmas. Okay, so medyo dark. So let's focus our camera to Terminal 2 domestic wing for Philippine 174. And he just filed his flight plan going to Davao. Flight level 370 eastbound. So nasa route tayo again, guys. Okay, there are 3 general aviation aircrafts at near Terminal 4, RPC 3581, 22021, and 3569er, all of which has not yet filed their respective flight plans. Let me see. Yeah, wala pa. I don't know what is there. This is Foxtrot 2844. He's a general aircraft flying on VFR. So wala akong binigay na clearance kanina sa kanya kasi hindi ako pwedeng magbigay ng clearance for VFR, only tower and above. Bakit nabago to? So Foxtrot 2844 needs to vacate runway 06 as soon as possible. We have a departing aircraft. Okay, he's just disconnected. Where is he going? I think he has a scenery problem. Okay, this is a G aircraft. Okay, nevertheless, unless he disrupts my traffic, let him taxi on his own discretion towards his chosen stand. Okay, of all the aircraft here, in Manila on my screen, only Philippine 174 has filed his his flight plan to Davao. So RPMD is Davao, Romeo Papa Mike Delta. He will be expecting radar vectors to Ipata from runway 06, maintaining runway heading, and initial climb will be 7,000 feet. And his final altitude is 370 since Davao is east of Manila. Well, to be specific, it's southeast of Manila. Okay, let's now try to check the Philippine airspace. Okay, so there's one aircraft departing Katiklan, full red 224. Okay, in Mindanao, there's this a Cebu 496 Airbus 321, and he is traveling from RPMR, that is General Santos, going to Ozamis, and he is an Airbus 321. Singapore 072, the one I cleared earlier, is about to exit Manila FIR, and he will be entering Singapore controller. For Puerto Princesa, alright, so there are 2 departing aircraft at Puerto Princesa, Philippine Sierra Foxtrot, that is Sean Clyde Montecularo, and Sputnik Charlie 2, that is Clyde. Both of them are going to Davao. Okay, what's the plan of Foxtrot 2844? Okay, let him stand there. Alright guys, for those who will be reviewing this stream, this is your virtual ATC controller as ground here in Manila. So I'm in charge of giving the clearances and the taxi instructions all the way to the holding point, certain or specific holding points for their departure runway. And together with me right now is Sir Angelo Mansueto as our Manila controller. So right now, as a short recap, as you can see on my X-Plane 11 screen, that is Philippine 174, the one day of going to Davao, and he hasn't made communications with me yet, but his clearance is now ready for Davao. So again guys, if you are curious on how we give clearances, like for this instance that we have a Manila controller, or the least we will have an approach controller, we will give clearances based radar clearances. So radar clearances goes that they will be maintaining a runway heading, initial climb, and expect radar vectors to their certain waypoints or their first waypoints. Like for example, Philippine 174, he will be departing runway 06. So he will be maintaining runway heading, that is 061 degrees, and climbing initially to 7,000 feet, and he will be expecting radar vectors to Ipata. So we will be not using
Manila ground, good evening, Philippine 174.
Philippine 174, good evening Manila ground, go ahead sir.
Philippine 174, Airbus 321neo at Terminal 2 Bay 36 with Charlie, request ATC clearance to Davao.
Philippine 174, clearance is now ready, advice ready to copy.
Philippine 174 is ready to copy.
Philippine 174, you're cleared to Davao via flight planned route, runway 06, maintain runway heading upon departure, initial climb 7,000 feet, expect radar vectors to Ipata, squawk 4404. So that is a radar clearance guys.
Philippine 174 is cleared to Davao via flight planned route, initial climb 7,000, runway heading upon departure, squawk 4404.
Philippine 174 readback is correct. Expect pushback on Lima facing Golf 5. Report when ready to push and start.
We'll expect pushback on Lima facing Golf 5. We'll call you back when ready for push. Philippine 174.
All stations, current 80s information Delta, winds 120 degrees 4 knots, QNH 1013, no significant weather changes, runway 06 and 13 in use. So Philippine 174, the one you can see on my X-Plane 11 screen, he has already requested in clearance. No, he is now cleared going to Davao. So radar vectors to Ipata for runway 06, maintaining runway heading and initial climb 7,000 feet, and he will be squawking 4404. He's now squawking at 4404. And I already sent a message to our Manila controller that current ATC information in Manila is Delta and 120 degrees at 110 degrees at 5 knots, and runway 06 and 13 is still in use. Okay, so as of the moment, let me see. Okay, RPC 35589. Okay, let's now check the latest NOTAMs here in Manila. Useful for me right now. Oh my god, Philippine just disconnected. Anyway. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's read this NOTAM Victor 0532. This is effective until December 27. that the instrument approach procedure not authorized ILS or localizer for runway 06. That's the reason that my ATC information gives it expecting RNP approach in runway 06. So from November 15 until December 27, instrument approach procedure is not authorized in runway 06. Right guys, current time right now here in Manila is 23 minutes past the hour of 10 in the evening. And currently it's the 23rd of December, one day to go before Christmas. And we have 5 traffic in Manila.
Ninoy ground, Foxtrot 2844, holding at November 6th. Request taxi to the General Aviation Park.
Foxtrot 2844, continue taxi on November all the way to Golf 10, then the standard choice General Aviation area.
Affirm.
You need to read back, sir. Okay. He's a newbie ba? I think so. Parang newbie siya yata. Check nga natin.
Continue taxi November to the ramp, stand of choice, Foxtrot 2844.
Read back correct, 2844. Okay, so 4 na lang yung traffic natin kanina. So, kanina sana nung hapon, around past 2 in the afternoon, maraming lumipad kasama si Sir Joshua Kadukoy going to Davao. Lumipad din ako. Ayun, si Sir Kenzo yung nag-take over as ground controller kanina. Lumipad ako going to Davao. So, if you will be checking my stream earlier, that was my flight using the Airbus A350 with the Philippine Airlines livery love bus going from Manila going to Mactan, Cebu. So I had my first ever best landing for an RNAV for Airbus A350. So proud ako dun. So pwede nyo i-review yan guys if you want to check on it. Minsan lang yun ang nangyayari kaya gusto ko lang ipag-brag. Bilis niya. 38 knots. Sige na nga, pabayaan na. 38 knots. Ang bilis mag-taxi ng taong to. Okay guys, if you will be departing runway 13, so runway 13 is dito sa taas, yun. Nakikita nyo malapit sa mga general aviation, that is runway 13. So if you will be departing, you will be maintaining heading 110 degrees, climbing initially to 3,000 feet, and you will be expecting radar vectors to your
Philippine 174, request push and start.
Philippine 174, pushback and start, approved facing Golf 5, report when ready to taxi.
Push and start approved, facing Golf 5. We'll call you back when ready for taxi, Philippine 174.
Excuse me. Okay, we will try to stream this until 11 in the evening here in the Philippines, or that will be 15 Zulu time. Because I need to sleep early naman. Early pa. Yeah, 11 o'clock is still early for me. Because I need to go to Mass for the last day of the Misa de Gallo. And one day to go before Christmas, guys. Yeah, pero kaya ang theme ng stream natin yan parang Christmas, and with the music, parang Christmas. Okay, parang hindi maraming lumilipad ngayon. So guys, if you are also curious on how we give the squawk code, so it's not a random number. So for those who will be departing Manila and has a domestic route.
Manila ground RPC 2021, good evening.
RPC 2021, good evening, go ahead sir.
Manila ground radio check 1 2 3 4 5, how do you read?
I read you 5/5 sir. Okay, so we have already one arrival, Cool Red 224, coming from Katiklan, and he will be arriving runway 06. Nasaan na siya ngayon? Malayo pa. Yun. He is around 155 nautical miles away pa from Manila. Okay, he just departed Katiklan pala. Kala ko padating na. Pero malapit lang yan. Katiklan, around less than 30 minutes lang yung flight time. Marami lumilipad. Okay, refocus natin yung camera natin. Philippine 174 going to Davao, already commenced his pushback, and we will be waiting for his call for taxi. Okay, time check right now, 31 minutes past the hour 10 in the evening. Baka mag-offline na din to si Sir Mansueto by 11 in the evening. Parang ganun. Hindi pa naman siya nag-advise. So far, he is online already for 43 minutes. Ako, 2 hours and 25 na. So my apologies guys for the Explain 11 screen, but I'm using the real world weather and time. So I have said earlier it's already 10:31 in the evening, kaya yung scenery ko sa Explain 11 is also nighttime. Parang feels natin talaga yung pagiging ATC controller natin.
Philippine 174, request taxi.
Philippine 174 taxi Golf 5 right on Charlie, Hotel 2, holding point runway 06.
Taxi Golf 5, right Charlie, Hotel 2, holding point 06, Philippine 174.
Okay, there's a good news right now for the weather report here in the Philippines that the low pressure area outside the Philippine area of responsibility has dissipated. According to Pag-asa, the weather bureau of our country, and no other weather disturbance around Philippine area of responsibility is being monitored right now or being forecasted. So we'll have a nice Christmas and all the way to New Year, guys. Okay, so Philippine 174 is now taxiing to holding point or runway 06. So wala na tayong traffic dyan. I don't know if RPC, the two general aviation aircraft dyan doon sa taas, hindi lipad pa yun. Okay, Sputnik 788 just spawned on Terminal 1 and he's going to Hong Kong. Okay, for Hong Kong, we will be checking his flight plan. He will be passing waypoint Noman. So, Noman waypoint, valid altitudes are only 300, 340, and 380. And he filed 4,000 or 40,000, I mean, so hindi siya valid. So, tatanungin ko pa if anong gusto yung flight level. Okay, he is a 787. So, focus natin ang camera natin doon yun. Si Sputnik 788. Iba lang yung livery. And he is planning to go to Hong Kong. So 40,000 feet is invalid, so I'll just ask him if able to take 34 or 380. So this is the Philippine airspace right now, guys. So ito yung arrival ko, cold red 224. He is still around 125 nautical miles away from Manila. Philippine 174, contact Manila Control at 119.3 of a safe flight. Merry Christmas.
Over to Manila Control 119.3. Merry Christmas too. See you later.
Okay, so may additional traffic tayo. So, sino ba to? Si Sputnik 788. He is Joshua Acapulco. Ay, ito yung nag-landing kanina. From Sydney. Lilipad pa siya. Wow.
Manila Ground, good evening. Sputnik 788, Boeing 787-900 at Terminal 1, Bay 11, would like to request 5 records to Hong Kong.
Sputnik 788, Manila Ground, good evening, sir. Please be advised, I just read you 3/5, sir.
And about now, Sputnik 788.
Sputnik 788, better. Flight level 400, sir, is invalid to your destination. Are you able to take 340 or 380?
380 for Sputnik 788, please.
Sputnik 788, roger. That clearance is now ready. Advice ready to copy.
Fully ready, Sputnik 788.
Sputnik 788, you're cleared to Hong Kong by flight plan route runway 06. Maintain runway heading upon departure. Initial climb 7,000 feet. Expect radar vectors to Oliva. Squawk 1360.
32 Manila via the flight plan route, run heading on departure, 7,000 initially, radar vector Soliva, squawk 1360, Sputnik 788.
Sputnik 788, readback is correct, reporting ready for push and start.
Here we go, Sputnik 788.
Okay, so current time right now is 39 minutes past the hour of 10 in the evening. So I'm planning to disconnect or to go offline, maybe on or before 11 in the evening, guys. So hindi naman masyadong madami yun. Sir, you the man. Good evening. So I presume it's ready 9:40 in the evening there in Malaysia. Yan, sir. Konti lang yung traffic. Yeah. Yes, Sputnik 788 is
Sputnik 788 ready for taxi. Correction, push and start.
Sputnik 788 pushback and start approved. Reporting ready to taxi.
Roger, push and start approved. Report for taxi. Sputnik 788.
Yes, it is going to Hong Kong. Maybe after we release Sputnik 788, we will be going offline already. So let's okay, papaalam na ako sa kay Manila controller ko. Okay, napaalam na tayo kay Manila controller natin. Okay, for those who just tune into this stream or for those who will be reviewing this stream at this point in time. So, meron akong kasamang controller right now, Sir Angelo Mansueto. He is the Manila controller. So I am the ground controller here in Manila. So I'm in charge with the giving of the clearances, pushback clearances, taxi clearances, all the way to holding point of the specific runway. So for example, Sputnik 788 is now commencing his pushback. So wala namang traffic within his vicinity. So pwede siyang mag-pushback on his discretion. And he will be taxiing possibly Golf 9er Charlie 6 Hotel 2. Holding point runway 6. Once he's approaching holding point runway 06, he will be turned over to 119.3 for the Manila controller for him to be given clearance for line up for runway 06. So hanggang doon lang yung jurisdiction ko. So as you can see here sa map natin sa Euroscope, this border, this yellow-green border is my jurisdiction. Ibig sabihin, that means that once the aircraft approaches to certain border points, will be turned over to the next ATC. Most probably the tower controller, approach controller, and the radar or the Manila controller or the center. So again, Sputnik 788 is going to Hong Kong and checking his flight plan. He is going pass by waypoint Noman. So waypoint Noman has an altitude has only 3 valid altitudes required. So 300 lang, 340 and 380. He initially filed 340 pero bakit nagre-reset to 380? Ewan ko ba dito. So he chose 380 going to Hong Kong. So we'll be expecting radar vectors to Oliva, maintaining runway heading for initial climb of 7,000, and will be squawking, and he is squawking already 1360. Okay, so nagpaalam na ako sa Manila controller natin. I will be going offline once I turn over Sputnik 788 to him. And RPC 2021 is the one remaining on the general aviation area, pero hindi pa rin siya nagpo-file ng flight plan. So, bahala na siya. At hindi ko na mahintay si Cool Reds. Okay, may Batik 215. Kasi yun si Batik 215. Curious ako dyan. He's leaving Singapore. Ayun, Batik 215 going to Manila. Hindi siya familiar sa akin. Most probably he's not a Filipino, but he is using a Batik 215. I think that is an Indonesian airline. And estimated arrival here in Manila will be most probably 1 in the morning. Kaya checking natin Batik. Yeah, 16:18. So 16:18 that is 16:18 that is 12:18 in the morning. Yan. So yung estimate yung star niya is Luban 1 Bravo, runway 06 siya.
Sputnik 788, ready for taxi, runway 06.
Sputnik 788 taxi, Golf 9 right Charlie, Hotel 2, holding point, runway 06.
Golf 9 right on Charlie, hold short of Hotel 2, runway 06, Sputnik 788.
So I'll try to stream tomorrow evening, Christmas Eve, after we arrive from church. So may simbang gabi pang bukas ng umaga, then the midnight mass at 8 in the evening for Christmas Day. So most probably once I arrive here around 10 or 11 in the evening, I'll try to go online for at least maybe 1 hour. If ever there is traffic in Manila. Alright, so guys, I will be going offline after I turn over Sputnik 788 to Manila controller. So, nagpaalam na din ako kay Sir Mansueto. And RPC 2021, wala siyang flight plan. Radio check lang siya kanina sa akin. Okay, time check right now. It's 46 minutes past the hour of 10 in the evening here in the Philippines, guys. And 1 day to go before Christmas. Bagal niya. Sputnik 788, contact Manila Control at 119.3. Have a nice evening. Merry Christmas.
119.3, Sputnik 788, good evening and Merry Christmas.
Alright, naka-acknowledge siya. All stations, Manila ground now closing. Contact Manila Control at 109.3 for clearances, taxi, and pushback, and for departure. Have a nice evening and Merry Christmas, guys. Good evening. Alright, there you go. Disconnected na tayo. Yan, video natin. And let's also disconnect our ATs. Okay, disconnected na. Yun guys, thank you guys for watching. This is again your virtual ATC controller here in the Philippines as ground. And together with me kanina is Sir Angelo Mansueto as Manila controller. So I was online for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Wow, galing yung mga alas 8 ng gabi kanina. Okay, time check right now in the Philippines is 48 minutes past the hour of 10 in the evening. And I think I served around 6 aircraft departure, one VFR, pero hindi ako nabigay ng clearance. And so I think 4 of which are domestic flights and 3 are international. So the one you are seeing on screen earlier was the last aircraft that I serviced. That is Sputnik 788. It's going to Hong Kong. Alright guys, if you like the stream, don't forget to hit that like or follow button below in order for you to get notified on our next stream. We will try to stream for tomorrow. That is already Christmas Eve, and one day to go, it's already Christmas. And if ever, maybe mas Christmas tayo mag-stream ulit guys. And this is again your virtual ATC here in the Philippines, Sir John, Captain John, or Dr. John. And wishing you a very, very nice evening and an advanced Merry Christmas to everyone. Stay safe guys, and hope to see you soon again. Bye.